What is up, guys? So today's video is regarding the Great Lock-In Period. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with it. It's like this new movement that's going on. We've seen it before. I mean, everybody always talks about the winter arc. This year we're calling it the Great Lock-In. It's locking in these last 4 months of the year. By the time this video is uploaded, it has officially begun. Don't think it's too late to start. It's never too late to start. More on that later. I'm not sure if you guys feel the same way, but this year has gone very, very quickly. It's actually scary how fast time goes, and it feels that no progress is being made, but you just gotta keep it going. I think a lot of us feel the same way, and the number one thing is we just gotta stay hopeful, stay focused, and realize that time does go by quick, and if we let it slip, we're only hurting ourselves. I think we really need to just become aware of it on a daily basis that, you know, time is not slowing down. We need to do daily actions to get towards our goals each and every day. The way I like to see it is 1% better each day. That's something that's helped me drastically improve in all areas of my life. So the reason why I'm making this video is basically to help you guys finish off this year strong. Just as me, myself, I am taking advantage of this great lock-in period. I'm using the momentum that I already have built. But I wanna help you guys, like all of us, we fell short throughout the year because life happens. Just making this video as a little reminder that it's never too late to start. You know, end the year strong. All you have to do is just regain focus and just keep tackling it. We live in this new era where we just have so much information available at our fingertips, literally, like TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. As much as that's very, very useful, it's also countering against you. So that's why I think it's important that you guys maintain focused and just make a plan. I want you guys to know that you can change your lives. Be surprised how quickly. So first point I want to right off the bat make is why you should lock in. We all have goals in life. We start the year off strong, and as life happens, we get unexpected distractions or quote unquote problems. It's all part of life. Don't blame yourself, but just regain focus and stay focused. Point I want to make clear is life can change in an instant, like a light switch. It sounds surreal to say, but if you really decide to change, you can make a lot of things change in a small amount of time. Everyone's progress is different, but I just want you to know that if you take action now, it'll be doable. Please do not wait for the perfect time. Perfect time is now. There's never going to be a better time. The past is the past. Best thing you can do is now is the time you can start. Don't wait till the end of the week. Don't wait until the end of the month. Don't say you lost the whole year just because you didn't make progress the first couple of months. Understand that you can take action today and you can instantly flip the switch in your life. So many times, even myself, I've always approached all my goals and everything as in, oh, when the new year comes along or when this new month starts, I'll start. It's just a bullshit way of just procrastination. My new mentality towards this is just honestly starting in the moment. If you decide to take action this very moment, it's the best thing you can do for yourself. The day I'm making this video, it is the end of August already, and it's actually pretty scary how fast this year has gone by. As I grow older, I only feel that time slips out of your hands. You don't know where it goes, it just goes. You know, I've built this kind of like mentality over time. It gets more scarce as we go. And I think it's just part of life in general. I just feel like as we grow older, time slips away from our hands much more quicker as we grow old. And like I said, the best thing you can do to solve, well, that problem is just literally starting, dude. It's just, you literally just need to start. And just a little quote that I like to keep in my mind is, it's never too late until it's too late. So no matter if you're watching this video a week from when I uploaded it or a month later or a year later, everything I'm going to share in this video to help you make progress on your goals will help you make progress at any time of the year it is, whether it's 5 years from now, 10 years from now. This is personally what I do that has helped me make a lot of progress in these last couple of years. Now, this great lock-in period is gonna be different for all of you guys. We all have different goals in mind. We're all in different stages in our lives. Ultimately, I just wanna give you the best advice and stuff that I've used personally. You wanna start off by identifying what goals you have for this rest of the year. Everybody's goals are going to be different, but the approach more or less should be the same for everybody, in my opinion, at least what's helped me. Start off by getting clear on what it is you are trying to achieve. Be realistic. Past couple of years, I've set goals that are out of my expectations, and what happens when you don't reach them? Well, there's two ways to that. And I like setting high goals just because I know sometimes, although it is doable, I might not achieve them. But the key takeaway from this is that you'll be much closer to it than you were before. Be realistic. What you can achieve, you'd be surprised, honestly. You might even surpass your goals. A key point I like to make is keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate, especially towards the end of the year, especially how we only have 4 months left of the year. Don't be too hard on yourself, but you know, set those goals. You'll be surprised how close you get to them if you don't achieve them. And don't be disappointed if you end the year and you're not at the end goal. Pay attention to how much progress was made and reinvent them and push them onto the next year. Ultimately, the beauty of this great lock-in is that you're going to end the year strong, and most importantly, you're going to develop new habits and you're going to take them into this new year. I think that's the cool part about hopping on this great lock-in period. I've always kind of moved this type of way just because summer's over, the afternoons get shorter. I always like to take these last couple of months as a period to prepare yourself for the next year. It sounds kind of crazy to prepare for the next year 4 months before it, but that's just my way of doing it personally. Take what you want from this video, what serves you, what you think will help you, and just let go of the rest of it. But everything I'm helping you guys here in this video is basically what's helped me in the past couple of years make a lot of progress towards all my financial, my health goals, my mental goals, everything that I've set up in my life. These are the ways I structurize myself to do. So the key to all this is 1% better each day. Small growth each day adds up. 1% might sound like a little bit, but if you add it up, it ends up being a big chunk of progress made towards your goals. And that's just the best way to view it, because a lot of us tend to get overwhelmed with our big goals, right? Set these big goals. Sometimes we set unrealistic deadlines and we overwhelm ourselves. And what happens? We end up stressing out, we procrastinate, we just lock up. And the number one key that's helped me is approaching these goals, no matter how big or small. What can I do each day that will help me get closer to these goals? That has helped me so much, just making progress, and overall it adds up and you build momentum, exactly what you want. Don't underestimate small actions you take every day, because that's all this comes down to at the end of the day. Making small actions every day are going to get you one step closer to that end result. It's very important to realize that also you need to really limit your distractions these next 4 months in order to make good progress. I've always deactivated all my social accounts just because I have no control over them when I have them open. So that's just my way of targeting. If you just want to delete the app, you can even limit your screen time. However you want to tackle it is at the end of the day your choice. But my way of handling this is removing what takes up all my time, which is my socials. You know, TikTok, Instagram, as much as you are learning new things, they are distractions at the end of your day. You want the least amount of distractions, you want to make the most progress. Your environment is very, very important as well. It's very hard to stay focused when you are not around the correct environment that will help you grow. Positioning is very important. The people you choose to surround yourself should all, in a sense, have similar goals. Not all, but some, at least some extent, they should kind of relate to your goals. And that will be a very big plus, because it will make it easier not only for you, but for them. Why? Because you guys work in a team. Being able to work together and do the same things that you guys are growing towards just helps. If you can find a group of people that you can relate to, awesome. But again, don't feel limited if you don't have people in this stage of your life that relate to what you're trying to get at or relate to your goals in your current stage of your life. Don't feel frozen by that either, because personally for me, I've been in this big growth period where honestly, I do meet a lot of people and I have a lot of great friends. And like I said, I'm just in this point in my life where I'm getting to know myself. I just choose to kind of go through this period alone. Like I said, it's not for everybody. If you have people that can relate to what you are trying to achieve, even better. I've always known that if you can work with people on your goals, it's way better. But don't feel discouraged if you don't have those people yet in your life. You'll find them along the way. That's just how it is. Sometimes you're going to go through life alone, and that's okay. And you're not supposed to be afraid. And that's a big important lesson that I've learned on my own the end of last year, where I pushed myself to do a solo trip to Hawaii, ran my first marathon alone in Hawaii that I traveled to alone. That was just like a big character development moment for me. Like I said, if you guys want to know more about that whole journey, I've recorded some clips. I wasn't really doing YouTube yet at that point, but I do have a lot of footage from that. That's something I definitely recommend. You know, you learn a lot about yourself. You learn a lot of stuff in a trip like that when you go alone that helps you when you get back home. So I definitely recommend doing a solo trip at least once in your life. Hello. Thank you. That's so cool. There's some kids on some bikes. They pass by, they're like, nice car. I used to shy away from that. I am a little shy, but it's just like, this is the new stuff. We talk to cameras, become a new norm in a sense. At least not for me, not yet, but you gotta remind yourself the purpose of this. If I can help at least one of you guys, like I said, improve your life in one way or another, that kind of motivates me to get out of my comfort zone and make a video. I'm learning. I'm losing the shyness away, but it's part of this journey as well. Like I said, this big movement, I noticed it first on TikTok. We've referred to this as the winter arc other years. Everyone's referring to this as the great lock-in, so that's what we're gonna call it for this video. Take advantage of this. It's going to help you be motivated on a daily basis. Like I said, you can't solely rely on motivation, but as this wave is entering, you might actually find a lot of opportunities of similar like-minded people approaching the end of the year the same way. Take advantage and look on TikTok, look on Instagram, see people that are doing what you want to achieve, or people also targeting similar goals, and reach out to them. Don't shy away from it. Like I said, at the end of the day, we're all just trying to grow. And if you find somebody or a group of people doing something that you want to do or see yourself doing or achieving, join them. Don't be afraid to reach out to them, and you'd be surprised to see how supportive everybody really is. I think we have this misconception that everybody is just kind of like a meme person and we're all to ourselves, and ultimately we're human. I think we all crave a certain type of connection with others. If you can join some type of community, you know, a running community, a Bible study community, or etc., whatever your goals may be, I honestly do advise you guys do that. Why? Because you guys will make such more progress just because you're in an environment that will help you grow together. Easier when you are in a group, but don't be discouraged once again if you are alone. Like I said, I've done it alone for the most times and I'm kind of used to it. I don't see it as depressing because in reality it's not. You have to understand that this is part of life. Sometimes the people around you aren't going to relate to you a lot, and that's completely okay. Don't push them away either, but just understand that you need to make some room for yourself to grow and to be able to think clearly and think freely, most importantly. And it's not a bad thing. You can't blame them. You can help them, but if you can't, don't worry about it. Just give yourself some space and allow yourself to truly think freely. Sometimes we get help from the people around us and they're truly trying to help us, but they don't know where we want to go or what we want to achieve, and you just need to understand that they aren't going to understand you either, and that's completely okay. You can't see them as a bad person. Like I said, don't push people away during this period of your life, but just kind of make it clear that you were going through some changes and you need space to think. You don't want people putting on these negative limitations on you, or just because it didn't work out for them doesn't mean it won't work out for you. You need to kind of just figure out what works for you at the end of the day. Be open to advice. Like I said, even with this video, take what you want from this video. Whatever doesn't resonate or whatever doesn't make sense to you, don't use it. Like I said, I give out what works for me, and ultimately I want you guys to make the most progress in your own lives during these next 4 months and on for the next years to come. But just be open that, you know, there is going to be a lot of people that won't understand what you're trying to accomplish, or they might see it as an impossible. They might try to project these fears onto you, but you need to understand that it's not their fault, but you just can't let that affect you or stop you from reaching your goals. Look at the people that have achieved what you want to achieve and learn more about them, what they do on a daily basis, how they think, how they move, how they act. That will influence you in a positive way, and that's what you kind of want to be around. Mind shift wise, it all comes down to persistence, consistency, and accountability. That's like my formula that has helped me make a lot of progress in my goals. You need to be constantly thinking about these goals on a daily basis. Write them down, put them on your mirror, whiteboard, on a sticky note, wherever you can see it every single morning and night. With today's generation, we just have so much distractions that it doesn't help at all. So that's why it goes back to that main point that I made, is you need to limit these distractions. You need to just focus on what truly matters and what you want to accomplish on these last 4 months. And trust me, if you tackle it this way, you will achieve, if not get super close to achieving these goals. At the end of the day, if you don't have any consistency with any of the things you are doing, you are not going to see results. That's a harsh reality I had to learn a couple years back. I had the drive, I had the motivation, I had the vision, but I never had enough. I always blamed the motivation to keep me going. And that is why I never saw any true result. You really need to be consistent with your actions. And that's why I emphasize that taking small actions daily, because it adds up. As you go, you will build momentum up. And that's why you need to start off with small daily habits that will push you closer and closer. The whole point is you need to be able to do these things on a daily basis so that it adds up. You don't want to just do this for a couple weeks or a couple months. So I need you guys to understand that building momentum is going to be hard in the beginning, but the more you do something, the easier it gets. So that's why I need you to really focus these first couple of weeks doing sustainable, easy actions, daily actions that aren't too complicated, so that you can get used to doing something, taking a small step forward each day, getting that momentum built up. Because ultimately the momentum is what's going to get you up and going. The momentum is key. It's not motivation, it's momentum in my opinion. Because at the end of the day, motivation dies out. And that's why it's important to really just fucking do the work in the beginning. You eventually will reach a point where it kind of just doesn't get easier, but you get into a little rhythm. That's the key here. You want to get in a place where it becomes a part of your life. And that's what you want. That's what's truly sustainable. When you're trying to build a momentum, you're trying to get the ball rolling, your own emotions are going to get in the way. Over the years, I've learned to control and manage my emotions. Why? Because I just realized that was the main reason that personally stopped me from making any progress or building any momentum. And I think it's very, very important that you acknowledge your emotions, ask yourself why you may be feeling them, but do not let that stop you or cut you short from making any progress in the beginning. Get over that hill, build the momentum up, and eventually get to the point where it becomes habit. And that's what you want here. You want to develop these habits that are going to get you to your goals. But see, as you do all this, you're building your momentum up. You're not letting anything stop you in the beginning, because the beginning is always the hardest. You're being put through all these quote unquote roadblocks, but this is just the beginning. There's always a learning curve to everything. You're building self-respect for yourself, and ultimately that builds confidence. When you say you're going to do something, go and do it. Why? Because it's going to help you build this confidence in you that you are a person that does what he says. So the moment after you're watching this video, I want you to use that week to really just cut off dead weight. Truly remove what doesn't serve you. Take a look at all your daily habits. Start cutting off all the bullshit you don't need in your life. When you truly become aware of every single thing you're doing every day, you start to realize where you're losing time on bad things that don't serve you or don't relate to your goals. And that's where I need you to start. You need to start identifying those negative or time-wasting habits you have developed and start removing them out of your life so that you can make room for what truly matters and what's truly going to get you closer to your goals. And ultimately, the goal of the first week after you're watching this video is to develop a sense of clarity. And when you have clarity, you can think straight. You're able to truly decide what actions you need to take. Take a look at all these distractions we have and get rid of them. Allow yourself to think freely. And trust me, you're going to notice a lot of things you never thought about giving yourself time to think. You'd be surprised as much as good and we're learning and all this stuff we're learning through TikTok and through Instagram, through YouTube. We don't do much because we're so distracted. We don't give our own minds time to think. And that's the problem with today's society. Even a problem that I suffer, even being aware of it, I get distracted often and easily. And that is why, personally for me, I remove all my socials. I remove myself from these environments. Why? Because it's hard for me to be in these environments and control them. So what do I rather do? I just get rid of them. I deactivate my accounts, I delete the apps. That's how I personally tackle this problem. Just understand that we're all going through this too. It's just part of this new era we live in where there's distractions everywhere we look. We open our phones and just so heavily consumed by so much. Don't feel guilty about it, but just be aware of it. You can't remove anything without implementing anything new. You can't just cut off something and not replace it with anything else. So that's why you need to be aware of it, remove your distractions, but then also have something new you're going to implement to replace that. For example, if you cut off TikTok, right? Personally for me, I spent hours a day. I don't even know how. And if you just delete the app, it's not really going to work. For some people it does. For me personally, it didn't work that way. So what did I have to do? I had to develop these new habits of replacing them with something else to take over that time I had free. Whether you're watching this video the first week I upload it or a month later or years later, I hope this advice that I've shared on here can help you for years to come. Like I said, it's never too late until it is too late. Make the choice today, now. You know, get off this video and give yourself 30 minutes to think of what is it truly you want to accomplish within the next 3 to 6 months or within the next year or years to come. We have so much of information out there available for us. And see, that's a very big problem we all struggle with, at least I also struggle with, is that, you know, having so much information readily available to us kind of makes us procrastinate even more, holds us back as well. And that's why I say it's important to not only, yes, learn and use these resources because they are great resources, but do not be overly consumed by them. But most importantly, utilize the information you're taking from these videos, the notes you're taking. Learn something and use it that same day. Experiment and see how whatever it is you are doing, if it serves you, if it doesn't, remove it and try something new. And that's just how it works. But please do not just overly consume knowledge and don't act on it. You need to act on what it is you are learning, because at the end of the day, without action, nothing is done. We can have all these ideas, all this information in our heads, but if we're not taking daily actions towards what we want to achieve, it's not going to get achieved. And that was a harsh reality I had to learn on my own self. I want you to know that your start time does not matter. It's the choice you make what truly matters. And it all starts with you making the choice to start today, to start tonight, to start now, the moment you're watching this video. Take a step forward for your own future. And like I said, time is flying. Don't see it in a bad way, just use that as a motivating factor. Time is the most valuable asset we have, and sometimes we don't realize it, even myself. We're only getting older, our parents are getting older, and that's just the truth of life. I want you guys to make progress in your own goals, and I want you guys to truly understand that time does not stop for nobody. I think always have that in the back of your mind, that don't see it as a depressing thing, see it more as a motivating factor toward targeting and reaching your goals. Use it in a positive way that it drives you each and every single day. Wake up with a purpose. So as this video comes to an end, I want to really truly appreciate all of you that have watched my previous video. I've got a lot of love from you guys, and I truly do appreciate it. It honestly means a lot to me. We're about to hit 500 subscribers, and that's honestly such a big milestone for me. Like I said, for me personally, it's so cool to see so much support. You know, I started this channel ultimately to help inspire at least one of you guys that is watching this, and for me to come close to almost hitting 500 subscribers is honestly so so surreal. Like in a world where we live in, where numbers matter, where everyone's just comparing, and I think it's important to just appreciate the whole journey. And what helps me upload these videos is if I can help at least one of you, that for me makes one video all worth it. That's enough for me. If I can help at least one person, you know, improve their life in some way or some form, or I can help them not make a mistake that I made in my journey, then that for me makes it worth it. Like I said, it's so cool to be able to have the amount of support I've reached in such short amount of time. I didn't start this channel with the intention of it growing so quickly. It's amazing how many people we can reach out with today's technology. From the bottom of my heart, I appreciate every single one of you guys that has viewed my videos, dropped a like, a comment, and even subscribed to me. It means a lot, truly. The sole intention of this channel is to help inspire you guys, truly see that progress isn't fast. So once again, thank you very much for watching this video. Drop a comment if you guys are participating in the Great Lock-In. I made this video for the end of 2025, but realize that it's never too late to start. So whether this is a month from now, you're watching this a year from now, I want you guys to also go through the comment section and just realize we're all just trying to make progress on our daily lives, and that we are not alone on this journey. Like I said, although we may have different goals in life and we're in different stages in our life, at the end of the day, we are all trying to accomplish something. If you see someone's comment, drop a like on it, or, you know, give them some inspiration. We need to ultimately help each other. You know, we're all humans. It goes a long way. You'd be surprised. So yeah, like I said, thank you guys for watching this video. You're good, bro. Yeah, you're good. It's Adrian Does It. Yeah. What's your name, bro?
I'm Logan.
Logan, nice to meet you, bro.
Nice to meet you, bro.
Dude, this shit's sick.
Appreciate it. It's a nice ass beamer.
Appreciate it, bro. Thank you.
All right then, bro. You have a good one.
Yeah, you too, Logan. Yeah. All right. Be safe, bro. I'll see you. That's so crazy. I just met some young homie. Shout out to him. That's so dope. But yeah, please drop a comment. Let me know exactly what you guys want to see next. I want to make more car content. I am building that new brand I mentioned to you guys in the previous video. We're still trying to figure out the first design and get my first sample made, but I definitely want to document that journey of that brand. That should be the next video. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I appreciate it. Shout out to every single one of you guys watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Thank you. Peace.